Academy, where brains go to broadcast.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. We got some really fascinating material sent in by a listener.
Yes, really insightful stuff, all about research writing.
Exactly. And our mission today, well, it isn't just about scratching the surface of why we do research.
No, not at all.
We want to really unpack the roadmap this source lays out.
Yeah.
You know, how anyone can approach it.
Right, moving beyond just the basics to what makes it, well, powerful.
So this material we're diving into, it really breaks down the core reasons, doesn't it?
It does, why we research in the first place. And then it gives this very clear step-by-step process.
From that initial spark, that flicker of curiosity.
All the way to a polished, finished piece.
Yeah. Okay, so let's start maybe with thinking about those big questions that just pop into your head sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Like you might wonder, how was the Great Wall of China actually built? What was its real purpose?
Or maybe something like, what are scientists really finding on Mars?
Yeah.
Yeah, beyond the headlines.
Yeah, exactly. Or, okay, for sports fans, who actually invented football? How has it changed?
Those big, intriguing questions.
But these aren't just for academics, right? I mean, if you think about it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
You actually do research almost every day. You search online, maybe look something up.
Or just ask someone who knows.
Right.
Yeah.
Whenever you hit a question you don't know the answer to, maybe from your boss or a teacher.
Or even just a curious kid asking why.
Okay, so let's unpack this a bit.
Well, it's interesting how our source frames it. It says performing research is basically like solving a mystery.
A mystery. I like that.
Yeah. You want to know how something works or why something happened, so you investigate.
That feels very fundamental. Human.
It is. But here's a really crucial point the source makes.
Okay.
The journey doesn't stop when you solve the mystery.
Ah.
Think about a detective who solves a case but tells no one. What's the point?
Right, you need to share what you found.
Exactly. Presenting what you've learned is just as vital.
And the source points to the research paper as a key way to do that.
Yes, one of the most effective ways. It lets you develop your own original argument, a thesis, using the evidence you found.
That sharing part is so important. But it's one thing to find the info, another to make sense of it all.
That's often the hurdle, isn't it? Organizing it.
Yeah. How do you translate all those notes and facts into something coherent, something original?
Well, you need a structure, a way to sort your thoughts logically, build a narrative, or make an argument.
An argument based on facts, not just opinion.
Precisely. And the goal is to share that understanding clearly, make it compelling for others.
Whether that's your friends, your teacher.
Or even, professional editors if you're writing for publication.
So, okay, it starts with curiosity, solving mysteries.
Hmm.
But then it scales up.
It does. Our source moves right into the academic and professional side of things.
And this is where research writing really becomes a game changer for your own development.
Definitely. If you're a student, you're going to write research papers. It's almost unavoidable.
Yeah, maybe digging into an artist's style in art history.
Or looking at child development and psychology. Lots of possibilities.
Now, I know those papers can feel intimidating for a lot of students.
They can. They take time, effort, organization. It's a real commitment.
But the source sees it as more than just an assignment.
Oh, much more. It's a huge opportunity, really. A chance to dive deep into something you actually find interesting.
And gain real expertise.
Exactly. But here's something the source really emphasizes. The act of writing itself isn't just recording what you found.
Okay. What else is it doing?
It's an active tool for discovery. You actually figure things out while you're trying to explain them.
Ah, so struggling to put it into words helps you see connections.
Or gaps you missed. The source calls it writing to learn. It's different from just writing to report.
That's a powerful idea. Writing to learn.
It really shifts the perspective.
And this skill, it's not just for school, is it?
Not at all. Knowing how to research and write well is incredibly valuable in almost any career.
How so? Give us some examples.
Well, think about developing a new product. You need research.
Sure. Market research, competitor analysis.
Or studying the best procedures in your field. Or understanding industry challenges and opportunities.
So you're constantly using these research skills.
Absolutely. Our source paints some good pictures here. Imagine a medical lab tech
Okay.
researching the latest diagnostic tech, or a small business owner studying industry trends.
Right, to stay competitive.
Even a freelance writer. They have to research constantly to write informed articles.
Makes sense.
The bottom line is employers want people who can communicate clearly and professionally. Writing skills are key.
Effective communication is essential.
Always.
Always. Okay, so we're convinced we want to be these detectives of knowledge.
Ah, I like that.
How do we actually do it? How do we get from that first question to a polished paper?
Well, the good news is our source gives us a very clear roadmap, 6 basic steps.
6 steps. Okay, let's walk through them. What's step 1?
Step 1 is choosing a topic.
Right. Seems obvious, but it's tricky. You can't research everything.
Exactly. It's about narrowing your focus, making it manageable.
How do you do that? The source mentions things like free writing.
Free writing, brainstorming. Yeah, ways to just get ideas flowing and see what sticks.
But it's more than just picking a subject, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. The source says you need to frame a specific open-ended research question.
A question to guide you.
Yes. And then, crucially, propose a possible answer. That's your working thesis.
A starting hypothesis, almost.
Kind of. The source even suggests writing a short research proposal, your main questions, sub-questions, that working thesis.
Sets your direction right from the start.
Mm.
Okay, makes sense. What's next after choosing the topic?
Step 2, planning and scheduling.
Ah, the practical stuff. This sounds important, especially for bigger projects.
It's non-negotiable, really. Research can take days, weeks, even months.
So a schedule keeps you from getting completely swamped.
Exactly. It's your defense against overwhelm.
What kind of tools does the source suggest?
Calendars, flowcharts, checklists. But it stresses these aren't just nice-to-haves.
They're essential.
They're crucial for breaking down a huge project into smaller, manageable tasks, so you don't feel like you're drowning later on.
Right, preventing that last-minute panic.
Yeah.
Okay, so plan made. What's step 3?
Step 3 is conducting research. This is where you actually gather your information.
The detective work begins.
Pretty much. And you can draw from all sorts of places.
Like what? Books, journals?
Books, journals, sure, but also maybe video presentations, websites, even in-person interviews.
A wide net.
And the source really highlights the difference between primary and secondary sources here.
Okay, explain that distinction. Why does it matter?
Well, primary sources are first-hand information, raw data, like surveys you conduct, interviews, original documents.
The direct evidence.
Right. Secondary sources are analyses or interpretations of that raw data. Think biographies, literary reviews, magazine articles analyzing an event.
So one is the evidence, the other is someone talking about the evidence.
Loosely speaking, yes. And the source emphasizes that strong research usually involves using both effectively.
And knowing which is which.
And critically evaluating them. Plus, taking really detailed notes throughout. That's key. And checking reliability. Always check reliability.
Got it.
Yeah.
So you've gathered all this stuff. What's step 4?
Step 4, organizing research and ideas. Now you have to make sense of it all.
Sifting through the mountain of notes.
Exactly. Deciding what's relevant, what supports your potential argument, which sources you'll actually cite.
And this is where that working thesis comes back in.
It does. And here's a really, really important insight from the source.
Okay.
That working thesis, it's not set in stone.
Ah. So you can change it?
You should change it if the evidence doesn't support it. It's just a starting point, a compass.
Okay, that takes some pressure off.
It should. The source gives this great example. Maybe you start thinking Mars cannot support life forms.
Right.
But then your research finds evidence of, say, subsurface bacteria. You don't ignore that. You adjust your thesis. Maybe to Mars cannot support complex life forms.
So you follow the evidence, you don't try to force it.
Never force the evidence. That's a huge warning in the source material. Intellectual honesty is paramount.
That can be hard, though. Especially if you've invested a lot of time down one path.
It absolutely can feel like pulling teeth sometimes, which is why the source flags it as so critical.
Okay. So you've organized, maybe adjusted your thesis based on the evidence. Now what?
Step 5, drafting your paper.
Finally putting pen to paper or fingers to keyboard.
Exactly. Combining your research findings with your own analysis, your own insights, shaping it into a rough draft.
Weaving it all together.
Thoughtfully incorporating your sources. And this is crucial, paying super close attention to citation.
Ah, avoiding plagiarism.
Yes, the source really stresses this. Give credit where credit is due. Using someone else's words or ideas without attribution is a big no-no.
Understood. Respecting the original sources.
Yeah.
Okay, almost there. What's the final step?
Step 6, revising and editing your paper.
The polishing stage.
Yes, but it's more than just fixing typos, according to our source.
Oh, how so?
Revision is about looking at the big picture, Reorganizing structure for unity, for flow. Does everything really support your main point? Is it cohesive?
So structural changes, not just word changes.
Right. Making sure the argument is truly compelling and clear. That's revision.
And then comes the editing.
Then comes the editing, the final touches. Checking spelling, grammar, punctuation, mechanics, formatting.
Making it look professional and making sure there are no silly errors.
Exactly. It's that whole process, all 6 steps, that takes you from a simple idea to something thoroughly researched and well-written.
Wow. Okay, that's a really clear framework.
It is very practical.
So by understanding this, by applying these steps, you're essentially equipping yourself.
You are equipping yourself to tackle pretty much any question, however complex it might seem.
And importantly, to share what you learn effectively, with confidence.
That's the key takeaway, really. People research to answer questions, yes, but also to share findings, deepen their own understanding.
And build those crucial skills along the way.
Exactly. Researching, writing, analyzing. The 6 steps just provide that clear pathway.
So as a final thought for our listeners, maybe think about a question you have right now, something you're curious about.
Big or small, doesn't matter.
Could be history, science, a local issue, anything.
Yeah.
Now imagine applying these steps.
Choosing the topic carefully, planning it out.
Doing the research, organizing your thoughts, drafting, revising.
How could that transform your initial curiosity?
Into something solid, a piece of knowledge you really understand deeply and that you could actually share with others, making you that.
Detective of insight.
Detective of insight. I like it. Something to think about.
Past guide me where brains go